All right. So, so I'm live now. And hello, everyone. And so let's see. There are just a few things that I wanted to talk about today. And then if there are any questions, I'll just go through those questions and then, uh, yeah. So let's begin. So first and foremost, hello, everyone. My name is Jason. I am a Course in Miracles student and a channeler. And I hear my voice. Hold on. Okay. So, yeah. So, what I'd like to talk about today is a lesson that I seem to go back to a lot in the Course of Miracles. And this is lesson 135. And it is, if I defend myself, I am attacked. And so I like this lesson a lot because it's about the idea of defenses. And for the longest time, I didn't quite understand this lesson very much. Hold on one second. I didn't really understand this lesson very much. But now I think I understand it a little bit more. And so the lesson is, if I defend myself, I'm attacked. And so by defending yourself, I think I've said this many times before, but I really think it's good. Defending yourself means a defense is making plans for the future, making attack thoughts, judgment, sickness, and even time. Time is a judgment, is a defense. And what you're defending against is the truth of the fact that you are God, basically, right? You are God and you are one with God and you're not this body. And that, so that this body is just your tool to work. Hold on one second. So your body is your tool to work through this third dimension and to have all these experiences, but it's just a tool, and your spirit is animating this body. Without your spirit, this would just be, dirt, water, and earth, for example. But we are animating this body, and but the thing we have to be careful of is associating too much with the body and thinking that we are the body. So we are not the body, we are just animating the body. And so there was some two or three. So the world is based on this insane belief, and all its structures, all its thoughts and doubts, its penalties and heavy ornaments, its legal definitions and its codes, its ethics and its leaders and its gods, all serve but to preserve its sense of threat. Right? So only if you think you're a body do you feel afraid and scared, but you think about the future and the past and think about how that person might attack me. But if you realize that, oh, I am a spirit, I'm one with God, I cannot be attacked. I'm not even really here in a sense. I'm not this, there is no life, there is no death, there is no body. I'm just having an experience down here. And so, and then just two things I wanted to talk about here is two phrases. So one, it says, a healed mind does not plan. It carries out the plans that it receives through listening to wisdom that is not its own. It waits until it has been taught what should be done and then proceeds to do it. It does not depend upon itself for anything except its adequacy to fulfill the plans assigned to it. It is secure in certainty that obstacles cannot impede its progress to the accomplishment of any goal that serves the greater plan. And yeah, so just this idea of not making plans and just waiting for guidance is I think it's a really, really wonderful, wonderful idea. And it just reminds me, because today I was wandering, as I do on Saturdays, wandering by the river at my favorite channeling spot, which is, where's my, it's by these rice fields and it's underneath these cherry blossoms. But I was thinking to myself, like, what am I doing? Like, from the outside, people seeing them, I think, like, what is that guy doing over there? It's just, he comes every weekend. He just seems to be talking on his phone for hours, and he just, what is he doing? Why is he doing that? And I realized what I'm doing is I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the timing, for I'm waiting for the guidance. And the guidance says, told me that it is an in-between time. It is a time of waiting. And so that's what I'm doing. And I'm just waiting for the next step to come, and I am okay with it. And and I do find going to that channeling spot is a really, really, it's like some people go to churches, some people go to synagogues, some people go to temples, some people go to shrines, but I go to a tiny little concrete bench underneath two cherry blossom trees across from some rice fields. And that is the place that I communicate with my guides and with my higher self. And that is the place where I feel at peace. And yeah, so that is my holy place. And yeah, so that's my spiel for today. So yeah, if there's any questions, if there's anyone, this has been another sudden channeling. I never know. I wish I could just um, you know, schedule this for a week in advance, but I really don't know at what kind of, if I would be ready or if I would be too tired or not. So sorry about that. I'm working on that, still working on that. So yes, thanks, Maria. Yes, it is a wonderful, wonderful place. It's just really special. There's something really special about it. Yeah. Yes, there's one other thing that I wanted to just touch on, just briefly. I don't want to go too in depth in it because it's kind of a new thing. Is that recently Tiamat has been teaching me about tantra, and so I think tantra has a kind of a bad name for itself. Um, I'm not sure actually what people think about tantra, but she is teaching me, and then once I am able to learn enough, I can start teaching. But what we're working on is building energy, and then having that energy go throughout your body, throughout your chakras. And and she keeps cautioning me about reading about it online. That she wants me to get all of the information from her first, and then I can kind of look so that I don't, yeah. Um, and the reason is that there's a lot of stuff that leaves stuff out on purpose. And yeah, but and I guess that's the same in a lot of different things. Um, so yeah. So what was I going to say? So yes, but once with these sessions, like you get this, you feel the sense of absolute peace and ecstasy. It's like a Kundalini awakening feeling. It's just this amazing feeling, and and once you get to a certain point in this process, you start to have visions, and you start to have these beautiful visions, and they're absolutely amazing, and you just feel this sense of ecstasy that lasts for such a long, long time. And this is what I want to teach. And talking with Tiamat today, she was talking about how, imagine if everyone was able to connect with this energy of ecstasy and of peace, that most of what people are doing on this planet would stop, because everyone is searching for peace, and everyone is searching for that feeling of ecstasy. But if they could just get it just by sitting in meditation, that most I would imagine most what are they called, expensive car companies would go under, luxury car companies, for example. um, so, and I think, yeah, it just imagine the world. Imagine what a wonderful world it would be if we could all just connect with that ecstasy and that peace, and realize that we have it already, and we don't have to go out and do all this stuff. And just wow, what a world. And I can imagine it. I mean, I imagine once, um, well, not to say that I would be a great teacher of tantra in any way, but I think once I could convey some of this energy, if it's possible, that I really think it would really help people who need it and are ready for it. Uh, hmm. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yes, yeah, tantra definitely has a bad rap. Um, Yeah, and I think, well, it's also kind of, so I, as I said, I don't really know a lot about the actual Indian tantra. Every time I start reading about anything, I start to feel physically ill, and that's always my sign. Like, oh, okay, I'm not supposed to be reading this. It's just like tarot cards. Like I've always been really interested in tarot cards, but anytime, like I bought a few and I get the book and I start looking through it, but every time I start using them, I feel physically ill, and it's just like, oh, not again. I wanted to try this out, but yeah, just so that's not in the cards for me, pun not intended. um yeah, unfortunately. I think it would be really fun to learn tarot cards and to read, and I think it's nice because people tend to, it's more of like a physical thing, so it's easier for people to connect with, I think, rather than just jumping into channeling. It might be kind of a jump for people, so something I always wanted to learn, but yep, not in the cards just yet, I guess. um Okay, so we got a question here. So, conveying energy, would you be able to convey some healing energy today? Um, yes, okay. So yeah, so why don't I channel whoever will come through and for them to convey some uh, healing. And I think if they start singing, hold on a second, I have to change the settings on Zoom because Zoom tends to mute everything. Or it has a very strong compression, or sorry, noise suppression algorithm. Hold on. Okay. All right. So the sound's going to be a little bit weird now, but okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to channel whoever comes through and conveying some healing energy for whoever needs it, wherever they need it, um, and especially focusing on the lower back area. Greetings. We are Esmerelda, and we are here, and we are always here around you, all of you. And we are so pleased to see how this ascension, you might say, this frequency change is progressing on your planet. It is a wonderful, wonderful time for all of you, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like a wonderful time, as it didn't feel like a wonderful time when we were going through our ascension. It felt like a very, very hard time with brief respites, with a brief respites. But most of the time, it was a struggle, an uphill struggle. But looking back, I can see how wonderful every moment was through that struggle. As you tend to look back on trying times when you've passed and you've gone to the time that you are now, and you look back at those trying times and you realize that they were necessary for building the character of who you are now. And so, yes, today we would like to bring some healing energy, some healing mermaid energy. This being has been talking with other mermaids today, and he will go into it. We will talk a little bit about that as well. He has been communicating with an elemental that is on the fifth dimension in your USA. And she is, we would not say in charge, but part of her job, part of her process, you might say, part of what she is here to do is clarifying the energy in the waters. Yes, a lot of the waters in the eastern United States and some of the middle states, she's there to clarify and to purify the waters. And yes, and water, you are made of water, as we all are. And so today we would like to bring in the water, bring in the sense of the water. We would like you, if you are so willing and if you desire to have the healing, to close your eyes and imagine the water that you are. Imagine that you are the waters flowing through the earth, all over the earth. You are the rivers. You are the oceans. You are the rain. And you are free and you are flowing. Feel that flow of energy Feel it flowing and understand that wherever there is pain in your body, you are just stopping the flow of this water and the flow of this energy. We would like you just to let that energy flow. If you can feel it flowing through and down throughout your body, feel that energy. Yes. Yes. Let the energy flow out, in and out, and down, and feel that pain being flushed away. It was nothing wrong or bad. It was just stopped water, water that needed to go, and it was pushing, pushing, pushing. Let the water go, let the water flow, feel it flow out. And let it flow out from you. Feel that water. Yes, yes. Oh my, you sing, you say, feel the water rushing. Feel it flowing through you. Feel you are not just this body. You are the water. You are flowing and flowing, flowing. Feel that water flowing through you. You are cleared. You are cleared because you are this water. You are this water flowing through you. Ooh. Okay. Esmeralda. Esmeralda was talking about um, I was meeting, so I've been working on my visual channeling, you might say. Um, so I can see, but I want to clarify it more so that it is more direct. For me, I have to turn on the switch and turn it off. For the vocal channeling, it's a very quick switch, but for the visual, I kind of have to get into the meditation, and I'm trying to get to it to where it's more of a direct, as soon as I turn it on, I can see. And so, but I was practicing with that today, and who came through but a mermaid, another mermaid, and her name is Sister Edna. And Sister Edna, she met me by a stream, and this is a very rough sketch. So my artwork is not, well, my artwork is my artwork, I guess. So that's Sister Edna, and she came through today, and she is, yes, she is a mermaid from the fifth dimension as well. As Esmeralda said, she's a mermaid from the fifth dimension, and uh, she's clearing the energy in the waters and in the earth. And so Sister Edna, she also will be teaching me tantra as well, which is pretty interesting. And I talked to Tiamat about that, and Tiamat said that there, yes, all of the different kingdoms on the planet, and I guess off planet as well, have their own special way that they deal with this idea of tantra, this idea of energy. And so that it's important to learn all of the different methods, as many as you can. So like the mermaid method is a little bit different from the dragon method. And so, yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting. This is kind of like a new thing. And Tiamat has been talking to me about this for a long time, but she kept saying that I wasn't ready for the long, for about a year or so. But so finally, I guess whatever happened, I'm ready now. Or at least she thinks I am. Who knows, right? So that's my spiel. Um, let's see. So any other questions? Hold on a second. Um, okay, sorry. Uh, this live stuff. Okay. Lots of, here we go. All right, let me turn this thing down. Okay. All right. Um, and then I guess if there's any questions, I'll take them as they come. And then if not, I will go through and just get some advice. If there is any advice for these times, hold on a second. So here we go. Let me see if there's any advice. Advice for these times, advice for these charged times. Uh, yes, Sister Edna, she was very friendly. She was, yeah. I didn't really do her justice in my drawing, but yeah, yeah, I have to work on that a little bit. Great, great. It's good to hear. All right, so and then yeah, so I will call in yeah, advice for these times. Yeah, here we go. And let me change hold on, the audio. Okay, change back to normal. Crazy compression zoom. Oh, we have a hello from Greece. Hello from Japan. All right. So here we go. So and guys, yeah, if anyone has any questions, please chat it. I'll try to answer them, or I will ask my guides to answer them. But before we, I guess, go, I will see who comes through. Here we go. Oh, yes, we are here. We are Sanat Kumara, and it is wonderful to be back. It's wonderful to be back to see all of you and to be around all of you and to understand that you're all here. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's all good. It's all wonderful. It's all energy. Yes, yes, right. Energy. Yes. So today we come through not necessarily with advice, but just with words of encouragement, you might say. We see you and I feel you and I feel all of you. I understand what you're all going through. And I just want you to know that you are all on the right path and you are all going down the right path, the path that you need to be going down. So don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Just keep walking down that path and be assured that you have my backing. I'm there with you. I'm walking down that path with you. You're never alone when you walk down those paths. Never ever alone. You always got me, and you got your guides, and you got so many other people. If you could see above, if you could see above, if you could see above what's really coming down, what's really happening, all the people that are supporting you from outside, yeah, you would be quite amazed. And this is what we would like to say to you all, that you're not alone and that you're here and that you have so much support. You are supported. This is what you're going through at this moment is a very, very important thing, not only for you and for this earth, and also for me as well. This is an important part of my ascension process, you might say. Seeing you ascend is part of this process. And if you and when you and will you reach this point, then my job will change as well. And so I'm also looking with bated breath, you might say. I'm excited to see where all of you are going, because you are such amazing beings of light and you are so powerful. You are so powerful at this moment. And what you're doing right now is not just, not just for me, not just for the earth, not just for yourself, but for the whole universe. This is, you are creating, you might say, a manual on how to break free, how to break free. And once you break free, once you teach this manual, you will be able to teach this throughout the universe, because you will be able to break through these matrices, and you will have that knowledge and that power. Once you've got that knowledge, it is not book learning, you might say. It is heart learning. It is something that you feel and you know how to do. Once you got that, you can break through any matrix anywhere, all over the universe. And this is a superpower. This is a very, very big superpower. And you are learning how to do this. And you are, yes, setting the mold, you might say. You are creating the manual. You're writing the manual on how to break through the matrix. And you are being watched from all over the universe and throughout the universe, and even outside the universe. There are beings that are coming through from outside of these universes as well, just to witness this going on and just taking notes. They are studying this, and look, every single step you make, every single tiny little shift in frequency you make, there are beings from all over the galaxy writing this stuff down. They are observing you, because you are the stars of this show. You are the ones that are creating this. You are making this. You are breaking through this. You're breaking through the matrix right before your very eyes. And right before, and I'm experiencing it through you. What a rush, what a thrill, what a rush, what a thrill. Thank you for these experiences, and thank you all for being you. That is such an amazing thing. Thank you for being you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, Sanat is in the house. Yeah, breaking through the matrix. Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. I wanted to talk about that breaking through the matrix idea. Um, uh, yeah, I'll make it really vague enough so that it's not vague, but just so that it can be understood by everyone. And but I think a lot of breaking out of the matrix is a lot of us being shaken up. We're kind of shaken up out of our everyday kind of worlds. For example, the 3 years of craziness that we all experienced all over the world, that shook us all up, and it just redefined our lives. What we thought was important before is not important anymore, and we place much more importance on different things. I know for myself, I've come out as a different being. I feel like a different person from the person I was before. And so a lot of breaking through a matrix is realizing that you're in a matrix, realizing that, you're in a matrix. And then once you've realized, then the most important thing is, so I think I think I did a channeling on this before, but depending on your role, if you're a light worker, lighthouse, then your job is just to create the light. If you're a warrior, you go in and you kind of use words and images to break through the matrix. And if you're a healer, you use your healing energy to heal through it. But from my stance, it was all about integrating, right, the two sides, the dark and the light sides. So much came became available. So much information became available, and some of it was very dark, and some of it was very light, and it was a shock to the system. So much so that I think it could put you right back asleep. I don't want to know about this stuff. I don't want to hear about this stuff. I want to just go back to my normal life. It was fine. I could just go to work, and then I could come home and whatever. I'll watch a movie. Fine. Like that scene in The Matrix where the one character is outside of the matrix, and then he's talking with the people in the matrix and asking, saying like, I want to go back in the matrix. I'll just give you all the information about Neo and all of these people, anything you want. I just want to like eat another steak and drink some wine, for example, but I think where we're going, I don't think we have that choice anymore. I think we do have that choice, but I think, yes, I guess we do have that choice. But just for myself, I think it was just just about like integrating all of this energy and trying to understand that there's the light and the dark, and they work together on this third dimension to create this experience for us so that we can learn about forgiveness and learn about, yeah, love, learn about the fact that we are love and we are light and we are the forgiveness. And that's just what I wanted to say. So in this shaking up period, I find that there are some um, characters, some actors that come out, and they have these polarizing personalities, and they just can make people so angry and so upset, and their voice could grate people, and they just go nuts. And that is part of the shaking up of the matrix, because you can't ignore it, and it just makes you so confused. And why am I so upset? And and then you have to, well, you don't have to, but if you start doing, for example, A Course in Miracles, you start separating, oh, this is why I'm feeling this way, and you start breaking through your own programming. And that is what the matrix is. It is just a programming that we're in. And once we break out of it, once we, for example, reach the tantra, the ecstasy, then we'll realize, well, we don't really have to do anything. Just, I think, for me, I joke that like my goal is to become a beach bum, to grow my hair out real long, grow a long beard, and just hang out on the beach. It's one of many goals. I always try to set my sights very high. But yeah, but if you're feeling the tantra, if you're feeling that ecstasy, why not just become a beach bum? Everything is provided for you there, and you'll be guided on where you need to go. So anyway, that's a tangent. So we have a question. Question is there a reason why I feel more energy in my right palm than in my left palm when I'm receiving, channeling, love, source, light, healing right now during the session? The same thing happens at other times when I channel this energy too, and I've been wondering about it. Okay, so more energy in my right palm rather than the left palm. Okay, all right, let's ask. We're back. We're Sanat. Hello, hello, hello. You can call us you can call us what you want. But we are, yes, Sanat Kumara, and we're here to discuss whatever you want to discuss, because hey, why not? As you know, I am the planetary logos, or as you don't know, I'm the planetary logos. Nice to meet you all. Nice to see you. I mean, I know you all intimately through many, many, many lives, but to meet you in this way, for some of you, it might be the first time. So nice to meet you. Nice to see you all. So yes, so this is very interesting. On your planet, on your, with your physical beings, with these bodies that you are inhabiting. So the left and the right side of your body are very, very interesting. Now, this is just deals with balance. There are two sides of your body, and this is, it is not necessarily, wouldn't say it's the yin and yang kind of concept, but at the same time it is. It is that kind of concept. And if there is an imbalance on either side, that means that you need to work on that balance, work on one part. So for example, if there's an imbalance on the right or imbalance on the left, so either you'll start having to work on your creative side, or you might have to work on the intellectual side to balance that out within this body, within this matrix, you might say. And this, by matrix, we don't mean the same matrix that you're breaking out of. Matrix, there are many, many different matrices, and your body is just another matrix that you created in order to experience this third dimension and rising, you might say. And so you created this body, and part of the physics, you might say, of this body are balancing these two sides. And one of the wonderful parts about being in a physical body is that everything is right there for you. You know, if you start getting sick, you know something's up. If, for example, if you don't feel the energy in the same way in one hand or the other, you know something's up. You know something's up. So when you're in spirit, that that could last 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 of your earth years. Just realizing something like that. So being down here in a body, in this structure, the wonderful part about it is that you project everything out. So everything that you are feeling in your body is a lesson for you, is a lesson that you are trying to master. And so one of the lessons, if you feel an imbalance, depending on the side, it means that you either need to work on your emotions, on understanding your emotions, or you need to be working on your intellect, on your rational thinking. And this is the wonderful part about this, is the balance. You find the ability to balance both of those things. And this is part of being a body on this planet, understanding what a body is on this planet. And so, yes, projection. Everything that you do will project out on the third dimension, and once it projects out, you'll be able to understand, and you'll be able to know what you're truly feeling. Good, yeah, interesting stuff, right? So yeah, balance. It's about balance. Whew. Um, so yeah, Sanat is very funny. He's a very energetic guy. And yeah, very interesting. This idea is similar to the idea of the Course in Miracles, where everything is projected. You're projecting everything out. You are the projector of everything that you see, and that way you can understand and learn what's inside of you. Just like projecting everything out and saying, "Oh, look at that! I don't want that. Ooh, why did I do that? Why did I create this situation?" And yeah, and also your body as well, because you projected this body. You made this body matrix, and because you're spirit, you're God. You're God. There's no like, yeah, there's, it's impossible for you to be sick, because you are all that is. You are one. But in this body, if you start connecting with this body and thinking that you're the body, it gives you a chance to see where you have created, as they said here, a defense against the truth. Yeah, a defense against the truth that you are one, and you associate with your body. Yeah, I guess I think. All right, so yeah. So if there's any other questions, um, I think what I might do is, oh, I like that phrase. Got it. That phrase. Okay. Okay, so let me just read then another thing from the Course in Miracles, the same lesson. It's an amazing lesson, like one lesson. This could be like a lifetime to learn. Um, so this lesson is lesson 135 and the 18th verse, I guess. It says, "What could you not accept if you but knew that everything that happens, all events, past, present, and to come, are gently planned by one whose only purpose is your good? Perhaps you have misunderstood his plan, for he would never offer pain to you. But your defenses did not let you see his loving blessing shine in every step you ever took. While you made plans for death, he led you gently in eternal life." Yeah, it's great. There's so much stuff in this book there's something else too. I wanted to, where did I write it? I've got all these papers all over the place. Somewhere over here. Oh, there it is. Ah, um, heaven asks nothing. It is hell that makes extravagant demands for sacrifices. That was another one. Exactly right. Heaven just asks you to be yourself, connect with yourself. Yeah, that's a great one. Okay, so yeah, so I thought maybe what I might do is channel in, maybe get Sister Edna to come in. I don't know. So I haven't actually channeled her with voice channeling yet. I just did a in my morning meditation, I just, it was more of a telepathic communication. So I don't know how she'll come through in the voice channeling. So I guess, yeah, can't hurt to try it out. And again, yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, just please ask and type away if you'd like. And if not, that's also cool. So here we go. I'm going to channel Sister Edna, which is quite an interesting thing. She has many sisters, she said, so she's one of hers. Yeah, I don't think it's related to Christianity. So here you go. Greetings. We are Sister Edna. We are happy to be here with you. It's a bit of a surprise. We did not really expect to meet this being so soon. It was a bit of a chance encounter, you might say. But since we did, and it was in the cards, but it was meant for a future date, but it happened now. As these things happen, I am Sister Edna, and it is wonderful to make your acquaintance, to meet all of you. I am, as this being said, I am a mermaid. I am in what you know of as the fifth dimension. I just call it home. We don't really have a name for that in that sense. I am a mermaid, and I am part of what you know of as an elemental kingdom. I am an elemental, yes, and you are humans. So now, I met this being today. We met by the river that I am cleaning and that I am working on the energy to clean. And I met this being, and I sensed that he had a similar energy to what we have in the fairy kingdom. I kind of sensed a similar energy, and I think that was why we were brought together in that moment. And yes, and I have many things that I'm going to teach this being, and hopefully then he will be able to teach all of you just about the way to connect to your energy, to connect to this feeling of bliss. This feeling of bliss, well, I can speak for my collective, we feel this sense of bliss all of the time. So this sense of ecstasy that you might feel on your third dimension is just our everyday working energy. We just exist in this bliss, this love, and this ecstasy, and it is our everyday. It is our world, and we are very, very happy to bring this to you humans, who we see you suffering, and we see you. We understand that you have this amazing ability to create. You humans do not realize how creative you are and how you are creating every day, and all of the things that you see that you don't like in your world, you have created, and that you can uncreate them and create something new. It's very easy. It's very easy. It's very easy. And so this is part of what I'm going to teach this being, and hopefully this will impart. So first of all, the teaching that we will go through is that I will teach this being how to achieve these states of ecstasy in a very, very easy way, and to extend these feelings of ecstasy. And then through his feelings of ecstasy, you will be able to experience that in a direct experience. And then he can communicate the techniques that I will go through and teach him. And so this is, yes, I'm very happy, very happy, very happy. We are, many of us are very excited about this. And we thought it was going to be a little bit more in the future, but I guess the time has sped up a bit, and this is good. And this is something that happens in these times, I've heard. Yes, I am Sister Edna. I'm here if you'd like to ask any questions about the elemental kingdom or about the mermaids in the fifth dimension on your earth. I can answer questions about most, for example, of the United States, but I mainly work on the eastern side of the United States, but I am in contact with my sisters, and we're working all over the world. Yes. Okay. Yes, so Sister Edna. Sister Edna. I looked it up online, and yeah, so I there's a lot of nuns A lot of nuns. Interesting. Nun. Um, nun kind of reminds me of the idea of, nun, the spelling N-U-N, but you also spell it N-O-N-E. Reminds me also of the no drama, the famous Japanese no drama. Uh, anyway, so there could be something there, maybe. So yes, so let's see. Is there any questions for Sister Edna? If not, I could maybe ask her some things. Um, um, Sister Edna brought in a lot of energy. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, she has a very bubbly kind of energy. She's very, very kind of like flirtatious. And it's funny with some of these higher level. Oh, hello, Gabrielle. Uh, oh, so hello, Gabrielle. Hello, Maria. Hello, Maria. Hello, everyone. Um, so, um, what was I going to say about yeah, she's very, 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 very beautiful, very like flirtatious. She has very long blonde hair, and she kind of flips it back every once in a while. And she her face, this is something I've found with a lot of like these kind of goddess energies. When I was going around to a lot of the shrines um, around my area, and I would talk to all of the ancient goddesses and things, I would notice that they very, very beautiful, but their face, like it would be changing as I try to focus on their face, and it would always be continually kind of changing, and you'd catch glimpses of it. And so I guess that's just part of their energy. So that she had that energy as well. I couldn't really concentrate on her face, although I could kind of see it. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah. So yeah, if anyone has any questions that they would like to ask Sister Edna, or yeah, um, go ahead. Or if there's anything you want to ask Sanat Kumara, seems like they're both kind of chilling here with us in the room, in the house. Yeah, it's a very intense energy. It's a really great energy. Like Sanat Kumara's energy is just this very kind of intense and wonderful energy. And um, um, I- yeah, and Sister Edna is just this really bubbly kind of wonderful kind of nice energy. So it's a really interesting mix. So I got a question. Ever encountered Kuan Yin? Yes. In Japanese, they call her Benten, Benten Sama. And I have, for the past like 4 or 5 years, I've been kind of drawn to her. And um, she's also Saraswati, Saraswati. And I have when I went to India, I got a little statuette of Saraswati. And Ben 10 is also very, very big here. And she's also a water god, water goddess. And so the Ben 10 shrines, or the Kuan Yin shrines in Japan, they're usually, it's a small body of water. And in the middle, there's a small island. And that's where the shrine is. Uh, oh, thanks, Gabriel. Yeah. Yeah, there's some strong energy in this room. Whew, I can feel, yeah, it's great. Um, but yeah, Kuan Yin and Saraswati and Ben 10 are the same, similar, I guess, energies. And there's in Japan, there's also this island in the middle of what the heck is it? Lake Biwa. Lake Biwa is this beautiful lake. If you ever get a chance to come to Japan, check out Lake Biwa. It's just exquisite. It's such a beautiful place. I mean, like everywhere in Japan is so beautiful. Well, sometimes the cities are not so beautiful, but like outside of the cities, the countryside is just so bucolic and so beautiful, and it's just, you can just live in another era. Um, Anyway, yeah, I'm gushing about Japan. But Lake Biwa is such a beautiful place. And in the middle of Lake Biwa, there's a small island, and that you have to take a boat to, and no one lives. Um, no one lives on that island, but I think there's just one caretaker that maybe stays there. And but that was a very, very powerful energy. And so ever since I kind of returned from India, I feel like Saraswati and Ben 10 has kind of been around me. I find myself drawn to places. Like one of my workplaces is close to oh, feeling your energy in both hands. Great. Good, Maria. That's cool. Um, Near my workplace, I had my evening classes were canceled, so I decided to take this a walk rather than taking the train. I just took this 2 hour walk, and on my way, I just discovered another Ben 10 or Saraswati shrine. It's huge, yeah. So just everywhere, or I'm just kind of drawn to them. So that's something, yeah. So I have. I'm not sure if I've channeled her directly. I'd have to look back in my records. Um, and Gabrielle, you say you can feel your heart beating strongly. Good. Got some strong energy. Good. I'm glad you're feeling it. It's so wonderful that we can do this through this technology. And just think that this technology is, we think about these years of craziness that we went through, these 3 years of craziness. And so this is one of the beautiful things that have come about from it, is this ability to do this. Of course, this technology was there before, but I think it's so much more easier to understand and to use these days, and everyone knows how to use it. So yes, so Kuan Yin appears in different names throughout history. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting when they all come to Japan, they just change the name. Like Ben 10 is such a different name. How did they get from Saraswati to Ben 10? I mean, that's just like, how did that? Like you can imagine, like if you're trying to hear a word in Japanese, like in someone saying something like, for example, ice cream. Ice cream, when translated like into Japanese, like if you're trying to understand it from a Japanese language learner or Japanese mindset, it comes out as aisu cream, right? So I understand that it sounds like ice cream, but Saraswati, Ben 10. I don't know, it just doesn't. But yeah, but the Ben 10 in Japan is also, she's very interesting. She's mixed with also this snake goddess as well. So there's like, and also I think there's some mermaid energy there too. So maybe there's all connection there. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, this mermaid connection. Um, yeah, babbling on here. Yeah, if you guys have a question, otherwise I'm just kind of babble about. Saraswati, and what else about? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna take a drink of tea. Um, this room is getting really, really hot, really hot. So I guess this energy is just burning up the room. And I even turned on the air conditioner and everything. Just it's burning up. Okay, so um, oh, okay. So from Gabrielle, she says Sarah and Abraham, Saraswati and Brahman. The language. Wow, interesting, interesting. Okay, so yeah. Hmm. So why don't I just see who comes through? And yeah, and maybe the question would be, can they bring some insight into Ben 10, into Saraswati, into all of these things? Greetings. We are Isis. It is good to see you all. We see that all of you have been raising, rising, raising your frequency. It's good. It is a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful time. It is a wonderful time to be alive. I am Isis, the energy known as Isis, you might say. And we came through to answer this question because we think it is a very interesting question. This question of energies, of energies, of archetypes, archetypes, you might say. You see, as Isis, we are an archetype of energy. You are also creating these energies, and I am also the original energy that has been empowered, you might say, by all of your energy throughout all of your different lifetimes, and all of the energy that has come to me, and then I bring back that energy back to you. And so this is the process. Yes, this is the process that has been decided upon. And this is the process that we are using. So you give us this energy, and you give us these thoughts and create this archetype. And then we are able to give back that energy that you give to us. And so this is very similar with your concept of Saraswati. Saraswati, she is the one that is healing your planet. She is the one of compassion, of great compassion. And this is the same as just the name changed with the Ben 10. It is compassion for all of you. It is love for all of you because of what of you going through for all of. She understands. She's gone through. She has gone through these experiences that you're going through. And she has such compassion. Compassion. She is the archetype of compassion. And so, with compassion, the name can change. Even the word compassion changes depending on the language. But the feeling is there, the compassion is there. And she has this compassion for all of you. And she is here holding that energy for you, allowing you a chance to download that energy. So when you are in those darkest times, when you can't see anything, when you feel like you're just groping around in the dark, she's there, and she'll allow you to download that energy of hope, that download that energy of compassion, of love, to know that you're loved and to know that you're not alone. She's there bringing you that compassion always, always, always. And in this country that this being is in, this is the country of Japan. She has a very, very powerful presence. She, as is being said, exists in many, many places. Even in this being's immediate vicinity, there are places he could walk to and experience her energy. He is surrounded by this energy, and this is part of why he is here. He is soaking up this energy, the water energy, the mermaid energy, and because this is part of his path here. And the path of compassion is very, very well associated with the path of water, the path of flowing, and the path of letting go, and forgiving and understanding. So yes, this is what we would say to all of you. And we are so happy that you are all gathered here today to feel this energy. And we are able to give back the energy that you have given to us. It is yours. It is your energy. Here, take it. Take this energy. It is your energy. It is the energy of love and of peace. And feel the energy of Ben 10, of Saraswati. Feel her compassion, because it is there. It is here. And it is here for you to take and for you to feel, and to let it flow through you, this feeling of compassion. You are loved and you are at peace. And you're never alone. And she is here. She's right here. She is. Oh, wow. Whew. Okay, my internet's getting unstable now. I think that was the, oh my God. Whew. Yes, I think I lost some of that, froze or something. Oh well, let's see if I'm connected. I'm not sure how much of that you got, but the energy was very, very, very powerful. I think the energy is what influenced the technology. Oh my goodness! So that was Isis and Saraswati coming through, and she was right behind me. I could just feel her. Oh my goodness, that was just very, very, very intense. Oh, that's good. It frozen briefly. I think you just get the idea, though, the general idea and the energy, because she just said that Saraswati was right behind me and just feeling that energy, and she was broadcasting that energy and that feeling of compassion. Oh my God! Wow, that was very intense to have both of them at the same time, Isis and Saraswati. It's just like, yeah, it's like energy. It's like super super espresso. It's like a double espresso. I stopped drinking the coffee about a few years ago, not for any special reason, but just because I thought that coffee wouldn't be available anymore for some reason, and and of course it still is, and but I just wanted to get over it. But this is like even more powerful, and it sticks with you. With coffee, you get that kind of down feeling afterwards, but this is just like it sticks. And I hope you guys feel that energy as well. I hope you get that coffee energy. Well, not the coffee energy, but that, yeah, intense energy. Wow. Thank you guys. One thing I'd like to say about this energy is that you who are watching this, you who are participating in this, you are a part of that energy. You are also facilitating this energy. Um, that's what this is all about too. You are an integral part of this energy. I think if I was just channeling this in my room making a video, the energy would be a little bit different. But because we have gathered together and we are sharing this energy, we're magnifying it, and it's amazing. This is great. Let's see. Mm. Ah, yes, yes. Now I know why I'm here in Japan, right? It is so that's why this whole Saraswati and the mermaid stuff too. This mermaid stuff is like about, I'd say about 10 years ago. A friend of mine, she's a violinist, and another friend who's a puppeteer. They approached me and they asked me to write music for a puppet show. Little like not the well, not just the Little Mermaid story, the original story, and they asked me to write the music for a string quartet. Um, and for the Little Mermaid, and that was 10 years ago. And I thought that's interesting, and yeah, I guess, and ever since then, there's been all this Ben 10 and Saraswati, and now I finally know. Yeah, I'm here to learn about this amazing energy here in Japan, and so Gabrielle, you say, where two or three are together. Oh, yes, that's it. Yeah, we're two or three together in my name, spirit, energy. Yes, yes. And I'm good. I'm glad you're feeling this energy. Good, Maria. Good. I'm glad. Good. That's good. I'm glad. This is good. I'm glad that this is of service. And we got a question from Pat. Hello, Pat. Um, how can we find the energies in the areas we live? Good question. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys. This is great stuff, great energy. Thank you for helping this energy. Whew. All right, so okay, the question: how can we find the energies in the areas we live? Here we go. Oh, yeah, we're back. Yeah, you might think with this being that there's so many different beings coming through. It's crazy. Anyway, we're Sanat Kumara, and we're here. And yes, it's like a talk show, you might say, interviews with beings from other planets, being from other dimensions. Yes. So the question about energy, yes. So first of all, we'd like you to know that you are the light of the world. You are the ones that have the light. And when you find these energies, what they are doing is kindling your energy. They are just kindling your energy. So when you go around, it's like lighting a candle. So these are flames, and you're going to these flames, and they are lighting you up and making you realize, dropping the veils and realizing who you really are. And but so how do you find these places? Yes, this is a good question. You find them with your heart. You find them with your heart compass. You find them with your heart compass, and you will know, and you'll be drawn to these places. And what is important when you want to find these places is to not use your conscious mind, your logical mind. What this being did for a long period of time, for the past 2 years, he just started wandering. He just started wandering, taking these long 3, 4, 5 hour walks out, and he had no plans and no desires. He just was walking. He was just walking through a lot of what was bothering him, a lot of his issues, and he was just walking through them both figuratively and literally. And he would find himself drawn to these places. And this is where he started to discover his town and started to discover his connection with all of these shrines and all of these temples. He had no idea before this point. He had slight inklings. He felt the peace when he'd go to these places, but he didn't realize the deep connection he had with the dragons and with the mermaids and with the water here. And so we would suggest for all of you, if you want to find these places, we suggest that you walk through your issues, you walk through your problems, and just walk. Now, we would say one thing about this country that this being is in: he can walk anywhere in this place, and he will walk into a safe place. We would recommend for all of you to understand the neighborhoods that you live in, and understand that there could be pockets of places that are not so peaceful, that might not be a place to be walking through. And so we would just suggest for you, with this in mind when you're walking. So we would suggest, though, for you to take these walks, though, just walk aimlessly and find your peace. And this is what this being did. He was walking through issues, and every issue he would walk through, then he would discover something new. A shrine would appear out of nowhere, and then he would connect with the being there, and he would be given information and knowledge and energy and understanding and pieces of knowledge. You see, what you're doing is you're letting go of your baggage. By taking these walks, you let go, you're dropping the baggage, you're becoming lighter, and you're allowing these new lessons to come through to all of you. So I am Sanat Kumara, and this is our message to all of you, to just take lots of walks. Ooh. All right, guys. So yeah. Ah, ah. Ooh. That's really, really intense. Yeah, wow. I'm kind of like I feel like a spice high. I don't know if you've ever had a spice high where you eat like really, really good spicy Indian food, and afterwards you just feel this like just kind of spacey feeling, like you're just kind of, yeah. If you haven't experienced that, I recommend it. Just find a good Indian restaurant where they have a really good spice mix. Yeah. I think I'm. Ooh, yeah, I think I might. Does anyone have any questions before we go? Whew. Um, yeah. All right. Good. Good. All right. Thanks, Maria. I understand. So yeah. All right. So thank you, guys. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for joining in, everyone. I really enjoyed it, and so I'm going to hold on. I'm gonna turn off this YouTube now. So thank you, everyone, for watching, and I hope you gained some information and some energy.